All right, we're
Ah,
live.
There we
all
go.
right. Welcome back, everyone. It is Saturday, the January 8th already. We are still in 2022 so far. The world hasn't ended yet.
Mm-hmm.
So here we still are, and we've got a couple of interesting topics for today. So how are you guys all doing today?
The usual, as I usually say.
I think you
Doing
have
good.
to. I think you have to remove that video again. You have it doubled over again, Xavier.
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
wait.
you did it again.
Uh,
He'll be back, don't worry. He did again. Oh well. Well, anyways, Kojak, how have you been?
Oh, great. Actually, I'm getting everything straight. Not much to report really. Quite unchanged, and the new year decided to have me. Apparently,
Okay, now you got it, I think.
I don't know why it does that.
Okay, you got it working. Anyways, Boombox, anything going on for this weekend? Anything fun? Any fun plans?
Just going around, maybe doing a little shopping at some places, and whatnot. You know, that's about it. May hit up the. I don't know if any of you guys heard of it. We got this place called V Stock, Vintage Stock, where they got Blu-rays, DVDs, all types of video games going back to Atari and like ColecoVision and all that type of stuff. So might be checking that
Ooh,
out.
that's definitely something interesting. Might have to look into that maybe. I
Yeah.
do like vintage items myself.
Me too.
Well, it's like I said, it's more like video games, DVDs, that comic books. They got regular books. It's all and then video game accessories too.
you got laser discs.
I, they don't take Laserdisc or VHS because I had like what was it, SummerSlam 1989, with I think Doink the Clown on the cover or something like that, and they're like it's sealed and everything, but we just don't take VHS.
Oh wow, that's pretty interesting. And so Xavier, do you have any fun stuff for this weekend?
Well, in terms of drawing and trying and meeting some more folks on the internet that are like us with like cute cartoon characters that I can maybe implement into my own series and maybe do some collaborations, as I've said before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for that other series for the collaboration with my character, of course.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know if you also want to add Tango's character too, if you want.
Well, I'm not
That's not without
pushing
my
it.
permission, though.
You see, that's the thing. I don't do it unless I have credit from the original creator of their sources.
See, I don't do anything. If I do something and I don't have somebody's permission, I tell people to put it down as a do not post pick. That's why, and that way it never gets on. Like I got stuff on my phone of some people's characters, and it's like it'll never leave off my phone.
And see, that's kind of the reason why I jumped on here about a few weeks back.
I mean, yeah, definitely. That's definitely understandable. But anyways, let's just hop into today's topics. That we've got some interesting stuff, by the way, and it's gonna be a mix of crazy things that are going on right now, kind of in a way, right, Boombox?
Oh yeah,
It's gonna be kind of crazy, so we're gonna hop right into this first one, and I hope I have it zoomed in enough. Hold on here. Uh-oh, there we go. There we go. So did you guys hear about this?
Let's see. I'll just, hmm. You did mention that. Let's see.
Yeah, so
yep.
Mobile Suit Gundam just launched a lingerie collection, so I don't know if you guys have seen this already.
Oh, I definitely see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It says right here, like I don't know if you guys can read this. Can you?
Yeah, I
I
can
can
see
read
it.
it.
Okay, yeah, because it says over here, over the decades, Mobile Suit Gundam has sold T-shirts, figurines, curry, coffee, golf bags. But I mean, now lingerie now?
Yeah,
So
don't.
that's a
No.
surprising move.
Well, everybody's got to get it, pull some money out somewhere else, and
I know this is like it's like an interesting change up all of a sudden, right? Like you've been selling all this other stuff for decades, and it's like now why all of a sudden go to this? I mean, is this going to be a seller or is it just going to be a huge flop?
That's the thing about business. If you make a move, you gotta know about whether or not it'll be successful with the public.
I don't know how this is
Um,
going to go.
Well, the way I always looked at it is that there's an underwear for every occasion, is what some weird man at a Walmart told me once. But
Wow.
Mhm.
so
but no, I just, like I said, everybody's got their own niche on something, to make more money out of it. And all I gotta say is, I bet in Japan, this is gonna sell like crazy.
Oh, I bet.
Definitely,
What
definitely.
did it sell in Japan?
has so many amazing
Oh, it's going to
products.
sell over there. It's definitely going to sell.
I said, why
Yeah.
wouldn't it sell?
I think that's gonna be their number one. Like, I know it's a strange, like, I know for us over here, it does seem strange though, doesn't it?
A lot of things in Japan seem strange to our standards.
I don't know.
I
don't
think I would kind of imagine to see Tango in this though.
Oh, yeah. That'd be a sight to see.
Well, it's kind of not that strange because you got to remember, growing up as a kid, what did you have for underwear as a kid? I mean, shoot.
Of the loom.
I mean, crap. They put on what was it? Transformers, G.I. Joe, all this other.
Oh, trust me, the old Transformers were amazing.
Oh, G1.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, all this character stuff,
Yeah.
just to put in general.
They have a lot of Pokemon style themed stuff around my area for clothing.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
they've actually got Animal Crossing ones actually now.
Yeah,
Oh
but-
dear, Animal Crossing?
Yeah.
What? So I think honestly though, like, could this be their strangest merchandise ever, or could it actually just be their hugest, like their biggest hit?
You never
That's-
know. History will tell.
Yeah. I mean, when I was growing up, I also had a pair of Knight Rider pajamas.
Ooh.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing is we all grew up with different things, right?
Right.
It wasn't we weren't just wearing plain old boring clothes, right?
Yeah. I
Oh,
used to
no.
have a race car bed.
What the hell is that?
Room.
Oh, he's taking the Roomba for a nice cruise across the bedroom.
Imagine you shrunk yourself and took a ride on one.
Okay.
You just maybe had an idea. If they did reboot Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, they better put a Roomba in there.
Oh yeah. Hey, that's a good idea actually.
Oh yeah.
The only thing is, I don't ever think they'll get Rick Moranis back.
Oh man.
All right, well, here's another one for you guys, and this is actually now going to gaming. So, who knows about the SNK company?
The creators of the Neo Geo and the King of Fighters and Fatal Fury and so on.
Mm-hmm. So basically, we've also got this.
Ooh, a new console, eh? I'm interested to see where this one goes.
I am interested. If they bring out a new console, let's see how this thing's going to end up going. Oh, Wing, why
look-
am I still turning?
They weren't they aren't the only company that's trying to bring back their consoles. I've heard that Atari might be
Excuse
bringing
me?
back their VC. Atari recently released a new system called the Atari VCS, and it
Oh
looks,
yeah,
it
that
looks
one
like,
I know about.
What the hell? Why is my controller
Yeah.
acting like a piece of crap?
I'll also bring up another one that I don't know if it's out yet or if it was all just a gimmick, because the one I was really interested in and I thought was pretty cool was the KFC console.
Oh my god.
oh,
Well, you know what?
man.
You know what? this story reminds me of one that I did on the other show, talking about when Steam made their like what was it? It was like Steam Deck
Steam
or something
Deck.
like that.
It's-
Yeah,
it's-
Steam
Oh
Deck.
no! Don't even
It's
get
like a
started on that.
copy. It's a
Yeah, the
copy
Steam
of the Nintendo
consoles.
Switch.
And you know what? That was kind of. I heard it was crap. Not a lot of people liked it.
You can build a
Yeah.
PC cheaper that runs Steam.
It's basically like a console that looks trying to rip off Nintendo.
Yeah, the
But-
Nintendo Switch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a clone.
Except it's worse.
Yeah.
I mean, if it can run computer games at such a good pristine pace, then it might be worth it.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be like a cookie cutter where you cut it out and you bake it and it doesn't look right.
Yeah, like ooey gooey.
It's
Oh, yeah.
not in shape.
But anyways, so you guys ever heard of this? How they're actually supposed to create a console, but yet it never came out last year?
It's probably just delays
that's
due to chip
surprising.
shortage.
Yeah.
If that's even a real
Yeah, there
thing.
is a lot of chip shortages, but it says right
Yep.
here
And
that let me see. Let me scroll it down a bit. So it says right here, SNK hasn't been in the console hardware business since they nearly ceased to exist 20 years ago, which is why it was surprising for them wanting to jump back into the market now.
Maybe they'll just pick up where they left off.
better late than never.
Well,
Yeah.
I
It also says right here, at the tail end of 2020, the makers of King of Fighters, which you've probably heard of that one, Samurai Showdown, Metal Slug, and it announced they'd be releasing a new console in 2021, but yet here it is now 2022. But yet there has been no hints, no clues of anything yet. Like we haven't even gotten a preview of what it's supposed to look like, right?
But
Yeah,
there is a
no console.
possibility that they may come out of the blue starting this year. They could do it at E3 this year.
yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
E3 is like that's where Breath of the Wild 2 was announced, and man, I was hyped about that.
Boink. Oops.
I mean, this is actually kind of interesting because I remember some of their games. Like I remember a lot of the old games when I was a kid. Also, it's like
Yep.
I wish they would make a comeback, right? Like you
Yeah.
want to see more of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're not done yet. Maybe they've been planning this for years and we just don't know.
Well,
Yeah, because why is it taking them this long to make a comeback? That's just make
Well,
it interesting.
That's the thing. A lot of times creators wait to release their product to make it as great as possible. Sometimes it's worth the wait. Now,
And-
Cyberpunk, that one was a huge flop.
ugh, I'm.
Oh
Still,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm.
It
probably
was, but anyways, going back to this, and it says right here, even in the article, which you probably figured as much, the most likely situation probably comes down to the continued state of the world, thanks in a large part in the coronavirus pandemic, of course.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, I agree. I mean,
Which, yeah, because now you got all these shortages.
Console gaming.
You- I mean, yeah, people have to stay home now no more, which is why
This
people
sucks.
have gotten into. I think that's why people have really switched to like social media, more gaming now, because they
Yep.
can do it from their house. They don't have to go out anymore.
And you had the vintage
Yeah.
market too. Like I think a lot of these things, like SNK, I think is bringing stuff back because that's stuff that was popular. Then Atari's actually releasing new code from I think the early to mid '80s on new cartridges, just
Yeah.
for the vintage market. That's what's in right now.
You probably heard about like Neo Geo actually did have like 2 consoles for Pocket Edition.
They did? When,
Yeah,
when
it's
was
like-
that?
It's called the Neo Geo Pocket. And it was
Yeah, I
released-
remember those.
It was released in '98.
I had to. You know what? I can't seem to remember those. Maybe I
I
was
think
not
they
quite.
carried.
No,
They-
I've heard of quite a bit about them. I've done a lot of research about everything
Oh.
that's come out recently.
Okay.
I would show you the link, but I don't really know how to like have my computer show that.
Yeah.
Well, you could probably put it in the what was it? The
Here it is. I put it in
private chat. Okay,
Yeah.
let me see if I. Okay, hold on here. I'm gonna copy that and I'm gonna open it up right now. Just give me a second here.
There's actually 2 variants of this console. It's called Neo Geo Pocket and Pocket Color.
Okay, I'm gonna bring it up right now. Ah, okay, I got it.
the startup on these two consoles is actually really entertaining.
Oh, so that's what it looked like.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but it never made it to America, unfortunately.
That's
If it did,
okay. Yeah, because it says 98 and it discontinued 1 year later.
That
Let's see.
sucks.
well, I was about to say if it did, I'm guessing it probably sold at places like Sam Goody and Musicland, along with that flop of a failure, the N-Gage by Nokia.
Hmm. But it says right here that it came with 10 games originally: Baseball
Yeah.
Stars, King of Fighters R1, Melanchan's Growth Dairy, Neo Cherry Master, Neo Geo Cup 98, and then Plus, and then Pocket Tennis, Puzzle Link, Samurai Showdown, of course. I mean, there's just a lot. And for some reason, I don't remember any of this.
It's probably because they never marketed this stuff back in when it came out.
Or there's very little.
Yeah,
of
because
it, yeah.
well, it says right here that it was being exclusive to Japan, Asia, and Europe. That's probably why.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it is interesting. I mean, I would like if they made a comeback for that and with modern technology.
Yeah.
I think it would be a huge ass hit.
I
Well,
think it would be too,
huge.
but
Oh well, yeah.
Well,
I mean, let's. Put
I
it
would
like
want
this.
one. I would want
Hand-
one. Like,
So yeah, if they did a new handheld console, like let's put it like this, I think the Switch has pretty much dominated the entire handheld console marketing. How can
It has.
How can Neo Geo be able to compete with that?
I don't know. It's gonna be tough because remember, Nintendo is not really American either.
Yeah,
Um,
they're Japanese.
I got one way to solve that problem. If they would have introduced something like the Hopper into a handheld or something like
Ooh.
that, because it's kind of an old idea about how Sega took it to Nintendo on their game console.
Yeah, they actually had a
Because-
system called the Game Gear.
Yeah, the Game Gear.
Yeah, I remember
which
those.
They had an attachment to where you could plug in and you get TV on your Game Gear.
Ooh,
Oh.
that's
Oh.
awesome!
Yeah.
That is sick.
Yeah, you could, and it had an antenna, which of course you could pull out, and of course it would snap and break, and but they actually, and it was all in color. I mean, it looked good, and
I
Every-
actually have that picture pulled up on my computer. It looks amazing. It looks like my NOAA weather radio.
I mean,
bit.
what was it? Sonic games were great on it. I had a few others for that. The only thing is, it took 6 batteries for the LCD screen.
There's a
Holy hell, 6?
six Oh my
Oh,
god!
wow.
AA
Those
batteries.
are double A's, right?
Yeah,
Dang.
AA batteries, or you had to have the charge pack, which for that. And then there was other thing, which if you didn't like the size of the screen, there was the I'm trying to think of the name of it. It was a magnifying glass that clipped onto the console.
Oh yeah, the Game Boy had that too.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Game Boy Color
Yeah.
had that.
And the
Yeah.
light, because they didn't have a backlight. I hated
Yeah,
the
the lights
background
never really
backlight.
worked all the time, did they?
Oh,
No, it just kind of got in the way.
What's funny is I was actually thinking about getting me a Game Boy with the original Tetris on it.
Oh, I was actually super good at the original Tetris.
Yeah, I bet you probably beat me pretty quick.
Really? We could do a live tournament on a Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and let's see who would win.
I mean,
You
you could just
probably
take a
would.
road trip with me instead.
I still
you-
got.
I have 241 miles still left.
You ever remember that old Super Punch Out game for SNES? Apparently, I saw a video on like how to beat the final character in only 6 seconds, and it's insane.
Wait, what?
I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, you'd be surprised at all the speedruns you could do on the old SNES stuff. I mean, I remember. Like, do you also remember when they came out with Dr. Mario even for the Super Nintendo?
Oh, I played the
actually,
hell
yeah.
out of Dr. Mario. Don't even talk to me about that.
I
How
got-
good were you? How good were you, by the way, with
I
those
was
pills?
okay at it. I was okay at it.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, I mean, I know level. I think it was like I think I got one time got to level 36 before I finally died on it. It's like hard though.
but no, I still got
Oh,
Tetris.
the game I played the hell out of was Homer's the Simpsons Hit and Run.
Oh, I've actually heard about that.
Oh my god!
I've actually been watching videos of like people do the world record speed running, and I also saw another video of some guy trying to beat the world record on, but his father comes in and destroys their entire setup.
Ugh.
I mean, the funny thing is, I do own a world record for the video game, but that's a mobile app.
Which one's that? I might be able to search it.
I actually own a world record for Candy Crush Saga, actually.
Let's see.
Oh dear.
What type of record are we talking here? I need to look at the filter.
Well, it's not really official, but I mean, it is because no one's been able to beat it, and I set this back in 2012, by the way.
That
No
was
one's
like
been able to actually. No one's been able to beat this, and it's been 10 years.
10 years.
I can't believe 2012 was 10 years ago already.
Me either.
Yeah.
Feels like an
Yeah,
Yeah,
eternity.
Meh.
but you're not gonna believe what this world record is. Scoring
see.
the most points in a single Candy Crush level.
And what was the record? What was the number?
Over 100 million points.
Holy moly!
How would
You
that
would-
take?
Look. you would
I
have-
think it took me an entire week of playing the same level. There's actually a trick of how to do it.
Oh.
You would need to have so many striped candies and color bombs, and you would have to have the setup just absolutely perfect just to be able to pull that off.
Let's put it this way. Don't forget, back then when they had the time levels, when you crushed a certain amount of candies or got a certain amount of points, it always gave you a plus 5-second candy.
Yeah,
That's the
and-
trick.
and that would extend the time. And the more you get, the more time. you
Yeah,
get.
you could add that clock back up to a minute again. See, that's the trick. And I managed to keep going and going and going. Never stopped for an entire week, and I got 100 million points.
I'm surprised Guinness Book World Records never visited your place.
Oh
Hmm.
well.
But
hey-
weird when it comes to that.
I know, but hey, I guess I can claim that record because that's still in my high scores. I could prove it.
Hey, I don't need to see evidence. Just hearing it is proof enough.
But getting back on the subject about SNK, the other thing is sometimes they'll come up with an idea, but at the time, I also think the technology isn't there yet.
Yeah, because it says right here that a brand new console is coming apparently in 2021, but it says a system to bridge the needs between passionate fans and console gaming enthusiasts. I mean,
Hmm
what could go wrong, right?
Play on
Hey,
console. Who
so-
needs
sometimes-
console at this
I
time?
think I have an idea on how that could work. Like combining all the favorite content from like years ago for some of the more seasoned fans of the console, and combining that with newer aspects.
Yeah, but it says also right here that the main concern on why they delayed it in 2021. It says right here. Let me highlight it.
And look, that's understandable because every company's had that problem this year and last year and the year
Oh, yeah.
before that.
Well,
I
part
mean,
of
it says right here. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to. I just wanted to
Yeah,
read
sure.
more of this. It says right here, this led to a global shortage of semiconductors and other components needed to manufacture electronics. That's the problem they're still having right now.
And
yeah,
look,
yeah, I've run into it. And my cousin's actually into what do you call it? Very like specialized equipment assembly, and he says parts have gone up like 4 to 6 times for. I think
Jeez.
he makes lightning detectors and repairs CNC machines, but
CNC machines are fun to screw around with.
But what happened though is I think part of it could just be interest seeding, where they're trying to see if there's going to be interest for this by announcing a product is coming out, see what the response is from the public, and then decide where to go from there. But the part shortage is definitely a main factor.
I mean
Yeah.
that another
Well,
thing
that-
about it.
well-
oh, go ahead.
Well, the other part is not the thing. There is a reason why other things have been going up. It's not because of shortages, but also the economy has really been going down the drain at the same time. Don't forget about that.
Oh, it's only
Yeah.
gonna get worse.
Yeah, who's going to spend money on something they don't need if they don't ain't got the money for it? You know. But,
Yeah,
Like-
it's all,
Like, you're not gonna believe this. I've been doing research on this, and this is gonna sound crazy though, but one of my signals that I have way back then, I think when it first came, I think it was when they had their first official change to it when it officially came out. The 3M signal model. I think it was like the 123 or 131. I don't remember exactly which one. Back then, in like about 1970, it was about $736. All right, so you can imagine that in 1970. If you were to buy one in 2022, it's going to cost you $3,600 for just one.
Gosh, dang.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's how
and you
bad
should
it
see-
is.
You should see what he has.
Well, it's just like
Yeah, but why would but you wonder why cities try to save what they have, right? Like
Yeah,
you see them trying to
preserve.
reuse stuff because of how expensive it is.
And look,
I
another
mean,
thing is-
where I live at, they actually preserve all the 3M signals because of how expensive they are.
yeah, good idea.
well,
Yeah,
not
and then
just
there's the problem of they try to take care of their traffic lights, but the other problem is they need to take care of the roads more because have you seen some of those videos about people who drive across sinkholes on like some streets and like the road just collapses underneath them?
Oh, dang. That sucks.
Actually,
Swallows the car
we
whole.
just actually Tango. Now that you bring that up, there's actually the next road over from mine is completely full of potholes after that last few storms we just had, and nobody wants to use it now.
I
And
don't
it's
blame
actually
them.
a Navy route.
And the Navy doesn't even use
Dang.
it.
I think ever since they abandoned the route, well, not really abandoned, but they actually gave it over to the city to take care of. So it's technically now the city's fault.
Oh,
The Navy's like, "Yep, this is your problem now. Goodbye."
Yeah, but with that, you're looking at all of different types of problems when it comes to why they keep the stuff working, like budget restraints and.
Oh.
certain
Oh, that's the
companies-
funny thing is, the Department of Transportation over here claims they have no money, but yet they waste money on repairing signals that don't even need to be repaired.
you're kind of glitching out a bit, but
Yeah, you were glitching
Yeah.
out. Hey, buddy, you went robo.
yeah,
Uh-oh.
you,
Is it
you kinda
okay?
went,
Is it working?
It's
Yeah,
working
is it-
now.
Yeah.
What
That was
that?
weird. I don't know. I guess.
It's lots of data packets across the internet. As it kind of slows down a slight bit and kind of catches up, it kind of loses a couple of the packets, and so your voice becomes roboticized.
Yeah,
It-
it's
it
kinda
can
like,
happen.
Not to
about
mention
encounter
also,
a fatal error.
not to mention Hawaii's goes.
Can we just call Mighty Red Johnny 5 from this point forward?
What?
Is there some sort of context behind that?
Input needed.
Oh God.
Oh Jesus! But anyways, it's kind of like it's in some cities, and you know that, or not just any city, like just any company in general. They waste money towards something that's not really needed or not really necessary.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
here's
like,
the other
why?
reason why they do that is they get a budget of how much money they get in. But from what I've been told from somebody that I used to talk to that was an alderman, they said if they don't use the money, they lose it.
Dang.
But
No
then
one
when you
likes to
use too
lose
much of
money.
it, then you don't have enough to do it to what's actually needed.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just like with the thing I sent you last time, about the trolley down in Delmar out here in St. Louis, about how it failed and it was supposed to be privatized and everything.
Oh yeah. Speaking of that, back in my old town of San Diego, they actually recovered some old 1960s trolley tracks on an old road that was
Yeah?
actually abandoned a long time ago.
Yeah,
Wow.
there's
It was actually one of the original routes. I think it was like Grossmont or Lemon Grove. I don't remember exactly what county, but they actually recovered some really old tracks that was abandoned because now they have this new trolley system for San Diego. It was like there's like this one that was called the Blue Line. You had the Orange Line, the Green Line. It was very difficult.
I bet.
Yeah, see, we got a ton of trolley tracks out here because they used to have streetcars that ran up till about I want to say they shut down in the mid 80s out here, and you'll still see them around cobblestone areas where they just decide to pave in between the tracks and everything.
yeah.
Cover them up. And
One thing
Oh,
I
you
actually gotten to see was apparently there was a steel girder truss bridge that collapsed with a train on it, and I think
When was
almost about 200 something people, 100 to 200 something people died on it. And if you go out to that area, you can still hear their screams at night at a certain
What?
time.
Oh, that sounds scary.
I
That
actually went out
reminds-
there at night, and I actually did hear them scream. They literally did. Like you could hear people, like the train went off the edge and it crashed and it killed a whole lot of people.
Oh, there's actually an old train wooden bridge that recently, I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago, that collapsed over here even.
Hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of ghost stories.
That was not in, no, it was in Hawaii. It was somewhere here. I think it was by Virginia.
I know,
It
but
was
there's
on
also
Virginia.
there is also 2 bridges that had train tracks that also collapsed in my state, actually, in my area, in my town, actually.
No, I
To where
remember that.
the train can't even go through anymore.
Oh man. Oh, I was gonna mention I actually heard of a story like this. Something like what Tango said. Apparently it's in Haiti. You know where that is? So you probably heard of the devastating quake that happened 11 years ago, and
Mhm.
apparently the rumor has it that you can hear people, 400,000 people that died there may still roam there to this day as spirits.
It's
That's
crazy.
weird. Yeah.
Supernatural things.
Doesn't that place have the small little concrete shifting huts that used to be around there that used to be set up on the stands that were holding them up well above the ground?
Something like that.
I believe that might have been the place that I went to. It might have been Hades. Maybe, maybe not. I don't remember exactly. I remember there was one place that I did go to that a friend brought me to. It's been a while, so my mind's like, I don't remember off the top of my head, but
I understand.
Yeah, it makes sense. But let's go into our fun topic. Basically, the topic that's basically the name of the show, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny as hell. So you guys have know about this, of course.
Let's go, Brandon!
and then there's Joe Biden, the one that rose our gas prices. I did that.
Yep,
I
he
do
did do
that.
that.
Buddy,
Yeah.
yeah, you did do that.
Yeah, 100 stickers for $5.
I always wanted to, I actually wanted to do that with some of the gas stations over here in Hawaii, but then I think people would actually get the idea. They wouldn't get mad.
Yeah, the funny part is I took a look at gas prices around where I'm at, and for like 4 days,
Yeah.
it was down to at least $2 and some change. I was like, holy hell, that's low.
Yeah. Prices
that's-
now are lower than they ever have been, in a way, in my area.
Propane and propane accessories.
Yeah, but explain this though. If he's supposed to be fixing the economy, why is the economy starting to go down like where it's going to crash
Yeah.
again?
I know. He
This is
promised
like
that he would
this
fix-
is basically this is like 2008 all over again,
Look,
and he was vice president during that time. Don't forget.
everybody knows at this point that the Democrats cheated the election in Georgia and everywhere else, just so
Even
they
in
could get him
Hawaii.
in office. Look, they only did that to get him in office so the Democrats could tell him what to do, and he'll do it.
Yeah, because you obviously clearly know he's got dementia. I mean, you've seen it. It's
Yeah.
been proven.
I mean, in a way, I kind of feel bad for the way that they do for him.
Well, I heard that if everything goes correct, they're going to overturn the election before it's 2024.
If they do that, that would be a great sign because look at everything that's happened since Biden got in office.
Yeah, we've had riots, we've had people burning down cities, our
Yes,
economy is gone to shit.
and now
We're having all these food shortages, gas shortages.
And
Come
now
on, people.
We've let ourselves leave Afghanistan, and look what that's done. The enemy in which we've tried to eliminate for years has gone back into power again, and that's unacceptable.
Yeah, because I hate to say this, and I think all of you would agree with this too, actually. Trump was the only president that actually did a fucking thing. He actually cared for the economy was actually at its best. We didn't have shortages. Gas prices are like nearly in the $2, $1 range.
Yeah.
And then there's Obama.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my! Remember the economy crashed with Obama 2008. Remember that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Great recession. I was
Yep,
only 5 when
and-
that happened.
And remember, Biden was vice president during that
Yep.
time.
And you probably heard of the swine flu pandemic that infected almost a whole fraction of the world population, and no one talked about that.
But yeah, everyone's talking about the coronavirus because it's been
Yeah.
proven that it was actually man-made, by the way.
I mean, you told me that by 2020 there'd be a biological weapon. Boom, there you go.
They warned us about this back in in the 2010s, I think, guys. They warned us about this.
I never heard of such allegations from that time period since, well, I was just doing my own thing for years throughout
Well,
the 2010s.
Like I said, biological weapons have been around for years. You know, like I
Yeah,
say,
mustard gas, one of them.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean-
but then to create a biological weapon that kills, see, they're trying to kill off the population. That's basically their goal.
I mean, if you want to do that, just get Thanos to snap half the population out of existence.
Yeah, just get the Infinity Just get the Infinity Gauntlet, right?
Oh
just get
no,
that.
the government with an Infinity Gauntlet. That would be
Oh,
horrible.
no.
That would be
No,
horrible.
no.
No, that's basically what they're doing, in a way.
Yeah. But you gotta admit, it's like, that's not gonna work. That no, that's just no, hell
see,
no.
You see,
Hey,
we bleed
well-
red, American red.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Hey, why do you think the Great Awakening is happening? Why do you think people are realizing what's going on?
It's because it's obvious and it's clear to the people.
It's
I
a
mean-
no-brainer. You have to be an idiot. You would have to be asleep to not know what's going on.
Look, let's just put it like this. I know it's bad in our
Sleep,
country, but
or you just don't care.
It's better than how some countries are right now. I mean,
It is.
Look at
Yeah.
how some of these other countries are: Afghanistan, Iran, Iraq, Syria, North Korea.
Oh, I
and all
even
that.
heard they're having a lot of trouble in the United Kingdom, even thanks to a couple of friends
Yeah.
of mine. They're still
Oh.
having a lot of trouble with that monarchy still.
Well, yeah. I mean, you heard about the stuff now that they do now with the police's main job is now over out in the UK, don't you?
Well, it's like anyone that comes out of their house, you're arrested.
Well,
That's what,
not-
because I actually have a friend. No, I actually have a friend who actually works in the police department over there.
well, not just that, but the whole
Just-
thing is people are getting knocks on their door over tweets and Facebook posts.
Just from.
It's, just from trolling on each other. And
Are you
it's,
crapping me?
No, I'm not.
No, this
I'm
is
not-
serious.
No.
Bull crap.
And they're like, well, just to fight hate speech or whatever, we're going to paint up our cars and put a nice rainbow on our cop cars so they don't look as threatening.
I just don't
Yeah.
get how we've become. This is going to be our downfall right here.
Oh, I know the way that's gone. It's basically this. It's back in
mean-
the late 90s, early 2000s. Governments decide start closing down mental asylums.
Yeah. Hey, I don't mean to interrupt or nothing, but if I remember correctly, my Red Wolf did post a World War II/3 post, and I mentioned that we might be getting closer to World War III now than we've ever been.
Yeah, because of the way how they've fucked us all over with all the countries. Because remember, when Trump was president, look at how many countries he made peace with, including with Kim Jong-un, remember
Yep.
that. He
Yeah.
actually went over there.
Hey,
No one
did
has ever done that.
Over the DMZ. I forgot to mention there actually is a YouTuber named Yeon-mi Park. She's from North Korea, and she actually does talk about the life of what it's like over there, and it's really amazing to hear the voice of someone who came from there and witnessed it.
Yeah, what's her name from? I've seen a few of those videos as well as about
It's
how to meet Kim Jong Un
and
all
the ones that
this.
came before them.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
and if it's an anniversary of the
The leaders over there.
leader that they're supposed to mourn for 100
Yep.
days, 100 days of
I actually
crying.
saw that. I mean, look, and if you don't show any type of emotions like that, they can take you and get you executed just for that.
And your family.
Yeah, and they can
And-
punish you and 3 generations worth because if you know what it's like over there, that's what their original founder of the nation imposed on the people.
Looks like
I mean,
we lost
it's
Kojak.
crazy. Yeah, I guess. Well, he has been having internet problems on off, but let's
Hey,
go
it's
into this story though. Anyway, so I want to read a little bit of this because I actually like this story that you brought up, by the way.
Mhm.
So it says right here, NASCAR nixes Brandon Brown sponsorship deal referencing anti-Biden meme. So of course we all know where the anti-Biden meme came from. That one
Yep.
reporter when they were chanting "fuck Joe Biden," that's when she said "let's go Brandon." So now it's like a double negative on the Democrats because she tried to cover up something, but now everyone else is saying "let's go Brandon," which the real meaning is of course "fuck Joe Biden."
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, don't you think this might be the spark of something good for our cause?
It is. Why do you think
Oh,
people
yeah.
are now saying it everywhere now? And I think it's funny because there's the number one trending song in the U.S. is a song that's called "Let's Go Brandon." Of course,
Oh,
you've all heard of it.
I also did want to mention, I don't mean to interrupt or nothing, but do you remember what happened last year with the whole riots in the Capitol? This is
Well,
actually,
it's been proven that the riots actually had Antifa infiltrating it. Actually, it's actually been proven.
yeah.
Not
So my
surprised.
thing is, I can imagine something like that happening again in the future, but just imagine that, but millions upon millions.
Yep.
I mean,
Oh, you can imagine things. If that was something what happened last year, you can imagine what's going to happen this year because a lot of people are now realizing what's going on.
it's gonna be absolute madness.
Yeah, but here it is right here though. But yeah, they actually it even says right here that they declined to provide a copy of NASCAR's written approval, and the officials did not respond to the request for the comment all of a
That
sudden.
is exactly what I would expect from people like that.
Because
Well,
it says right here, videos and photos of Brown Chevrolet Camaro last week showed the red, white, and blue paint scheme that includes the LGB coin, which is of course the Bitcoin, for that's the official name for that cryptocurrency, across the rear quarter panel. But of course, we all know, of course, that let LGB stands for "Let's Go Brandon," an anti-Biden saying that was originated when an reporter so-called misinterpreted, even though they were actually covering up that chat. That there's basically this is what started it all. And
Yeah.
you gotta admit, like this is funny how Brandon Brown himself actually supports this. This is funny.
Yeah.
well,
Hey, that's an encouraging sign, actually.
yeah. Yeah. I
And
mean,
this guy is good though. I actually like him. I think it's funny how now he's actually he's actually supporting this "Let's Go Brandon" because he knows what it means, but at the same time, because he's part of the reason why it started because
Yeah.
of that reporter. I mean, come on, you can't deny it.
Yeah. I mean
Mhm.
the people out there trying to expunge all the data of this, they can try all they want, but if the masses know about it, there's really nothing you can do to keep it from the people.
Mhm.
Yeah. It also says right here. I'm gonna read this entire part. You guys can see this, right?
Yes, I can see it.
What I have highlighted.
Let's see.
Yeah, I can read it.
Okay, I'll read it out anyways. So it says here, the bottom line is that Brandonbuilt Motorsports followed the standard process for the sponsor and paint scheme approval and received approval from a NASCAR official empowered to make these decisions, who makes these decisions on a regular basis. This official then confirmed and reiterated that we had received approval in a phone conversation after the announcement was made. It also says here, we are disappointed that NASCAR leadership has chosen to rescind approval of this sponsorship, and they feel that they should have the confidence to own their decision and backtrack and not gaslight a team or driver. That's kind of
Yeah.
interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Oh,
I'll tell you one
Awesome
thing.
news.
This isn't the first time that
I hit the wrong
NASCAR
button.
NASCAR has kicked anybody to the curb on entries.
Yeah.
Because before all this stuff, I was going to say by 2011, 2012, they kicked off to where they said where they wanted a General Lee to actually be the pace car for one of the NASCAR races at one of the at I want to say at Talladega.
Look, I know that a lot of people think that Robert E. Lee is a racist man, but here's the thing. He just wanted to protect his homeland. That's the
Oh,
truth.
He did.
Well, that's the thing. It was
Yeah.
about states' rights mainly.
Yeah.
You know, everybody
Yeah, it's
says,
kind of like what's going on over here in Hawaii. It's like you've got all these people that actually want their homeland back. I mean, because it does belong to them officially, but then the city's
Yeah.
like withholding all this. Like the Hawaii, I think it was like Hawaiian Land and Affairs. I think it was called.
mhm.
So it's like the same thing's been happening with all these like Indian lands and all this other stuff too.
Yeah.
Like all these reservations now.
Oh,
Yeah.
getting back into history, everybody says that America is but because of the colonists and everything. It's like, you're not going to mention that one little thing that happened out in before the Louisiana Purchase. And does anybody know what I'm talking about?
Let's see.
Jesus. I mean, that's crazy though.
We bought the Louisiana Purchase. We bought a good chunk of the land
From
off
Napoleon himself.
yes, exactly. But nobody ever talks about the French and Indian War.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder why though. I mean,
You
that's
know, it's
interesting how
like,
that's not really
You
it's
got
not really mentioned in history for some reason.
Look,
you got
I actually had to learn about that in one of my history classes.
mhm.
Oh well.
Yeah, and it's like everybody that wants to blame and point at you. You got to think of this: every country has been built on blood.
Yeah. And the
Definitely.
single
blood
one of
shed
them.
by people was to serve a nation.
It's like everybody talks about and throws Columbus under the bus. Nobody talks
Yeah.
about Leif Erikson, how he was supposed to discover
Yeah.
America beforehand.
Dinga dinga durgan.
And it's like what's so big about Leif Erikson? He was a Viking. Do you not
And not only
understand
him,
what a
his
Viking
father
does?
too, Eric the Red, who is just as famous as he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things that they skip history on.
And
Mhm.
look,
But I know I don't like interrupting because we're running
It's
short
okay.
on time a little bit. But going back to this story, it also says here that a leading holder of the LGB coin said NASCAR initially approved the sponsorship deal.
That's good for us.
Yeah,
That
but they would rather use LGB instead of Let's Go Brandon, for this paint scheme, of course.
mhm.
Well, everybody still knows what it means, nevertheless.
Well, all I gotta say is there's ones out there that have decided, to really just focus on the money more than anything else. In NASCAR nowadays, it's not like it used to be.
Yeah.
I mean-
Same could be said for all sports leagues, NFL, MLB. I really hate to see what they've done with the NFL, and it's just heart wrenching.
I mean,
Yeah, but what's funny is you're hearing this chant by crowds not just in NASCAR, but also NFL, MLB, anything,
NHL.
even just everywhere now. They're trying to get it out there.
yeah.
I mean, hey, the more people that get out there and do this, the more that we can make a difference.
See, there was another article now. They said that with what's his name? John Madden. If he would
Yeah.
have spoke out about the stuff going on in the NFL,
Everybody would have
that
listened.
was squashed it right there, then and there's,
Look,
but
I
it's
was
a,
Yeah,
devastated.
it's kind of like that one person in the NFL back when it was called the San Diego Chargers, even, who actually shot himself because, well, they didn't really care about all the head injuries he had, and they wanted to look
Junior
at
Seau?
yeah,
Hall of Fame legend for the Chargers and Patriots.
Yep.
Look, the video with his mother talking about it is just so heartbreaking to see because Seau's actually one of my favorite players to study about.
he is, and you know what? It's kind of you know what? They didn't care about his injuries clearly, so
I
he had to
do.
do something to get the message out.
And look, another player that had the same kind of situation, Jovan Belcher. That one's just as sad as that one.
Oh yeah.
mhm.
Sean
Or how about-
Taylor.
Or how about what recently happened in that other NFL game where that one took off his jersey because he got so pissed because they wanted him to
Antonio
play with
Brown?
his injury. Yeah,
Yep.
he actually got pissed off because the coach wanted him to play even though he was injured.
Yeah, look, I don't agree with that. I mean, if Antonio Brown was injured, why force him to play?
Yeah, he was actually injured. They actually proved it. That's why he got pissed.
And look,
He had a legit reason to be pissed.
Yeah.
I know he's been getting in trouble a lot, but this time I'm on his side because of this.
I mean, it's a bunch of crap what they're doing to everyone now these days.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
hey, Brady's not really affected by it because, as everyone says, he is of course le goat.
Yeah, but you know what? The one that gets me the most that still makes me laugh to this day about one injury.
Which one?
Kurt Warner and his little
Oh.
pinky finger.
Oh
He had-
yeah.
He had to have his wife had to go to the press conference for that. I was like,
Oh,
did you just
man.
broke your little pinky finger and you can't
li-
show up to a press conference?
Look, I mean, let's put it like this: I broke half a tooth, and yet I could still go.
You know,
I've actually had to have surgery, and yet I'm still fine.
Yeah,
mhm. But like I said, it all comes down to the money in NASCAR.
Yeah.
You know, that's
It
all
is.
basically it is. It's
But I
just
kept
like
Yeah, but here's
No.
the thing though. Why turn down a deal that could get you like literally billions because you're literally promoting Let's Go Brandon?
see,
Yeah.
that's the other thing that nobody recognizes now. You know what they used to say?
what?
There's no such thing. If it gets you headlines, there's no such thing as bad business.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I
then
mean-
why would they turn it down even though they know what it means? See, that's the thing. They were gonna approve it and then they probably looked into it and it's like, nope, declined.
I
Mhm.
see. They don't want to be involved in none of that drama.
Exactly.
Because
Even
then
though
they're yeah, then because the thing is they're going to be like, well, this we're NASCAR suffering harassment and this and they're just going to play it out like all these other yahoos have been playing it out with all the stuff like from Dave Chappelle and all this and yeah, the thing is, I wish they'd stick to the old school way of how they
Yeah.
would.
yeah.
It's like if something would happen, it like, say that, oh, this guy says something outrageous and everything. You know what they would first say? We do not agree with this guy's ideals, and this person's ideals does not reflect of what we are about. That's what they used to put out. Nowadays, they're a bunch of kiss asses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean things have gotten worse. Let's just put it this way. If people don't agree with you, they're gonna try to actually make you look bad, and let's put
Yeah.
it this way: they'll try to shut you down and cancel you, basically, because cancel
Cancel
culture is now
culture.
a thing again. And-
I can't stand that.
Yeah.
And we all know cancel culture really came from the Nazis back then.
And they've ruined Mr. Potato Head. I loved Mr. Potato Heads as a kid.
Oh, they've ruined all the cartoons. I mean, we were talking about
Pepe
that
Le
in other
Pew,
shows, and we were
they've ruined him.
pissed.
Yeah.
Look,
They're even ruining like the what was it, the My Little Pony fandom, the like the
no, bronies.
God.
Oh, that.
yeah,
Oh,
that
Brony,
even
no,
got ruined.
no.
That even
No.
got
Oh,
ruined.
God.
Are you
I just-
even that?
Yep, that's ruined now.
Yeah, they were
Look,
saying.
I'm gonna tell you this: they better, and I mean they better not ruin SpongeBob.
Oh, they already
better
did.
not. Oh,
Ever since the creator died, they already ruined it.
Yeah.
No one wants to watch
Won't
it
be
anymore.
surprised. But no, here's another thing. Before,
look,
okay, go ahead.
they
Xavier.
were gonna do a Super Bowl halftime tribute to him, and they just cut that out completely. And a
Yep,
million
they never did
people
it.
petitioned.
Oh, they were pissed. Everyone was pissed because I remember that.
even.
Yeah, and the other thing was, I don't know if you heard about what was going around before the Sonic movie came out. Did you hear what they?
Oh, I'm like memes of like the old design.
No. About Sonic and another character.
That's
Huh.
like Sonic and Amy or some crap or what?
They want Sonic and Tails to be gay.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
no.
Yeah.
No.
I was
See, they're pandering to all these piss asses now. That's what they're doing.
I was like,
Don't tell me it's a
okay.
DeLorean back. Please, no. Please. Oh, okay. Please tell me it's not. Please tell me it's not.
I was like, oh, come on, please don't be. Especially if somebody's like, oh yeah, there's the lead singer. It's like, I mean, are we trying to put in the sexual explicit stuff that people want into movies and
Like, why?
all
Oh,
that,
God.
or
Why are they ruining our favorite things?
Mhm.
because they
Because
all?
they don't want to deal with the drama, or they're just pandering to all these piss asses. Because back then, and Boombox, you probably know about this a lot more than me because you're
Mhm.
older, anyways. That back then, if someone complained, it's like there. I mean, you had your own opinion, but you didn't have to like completely go out and bitch about it and try to cancel someone.
Yeah, it's just like have any of you guys ever seen the movie Detroit Rock City?
I've heard a lot
Sounds
about
familiar.
Yes.
The part where the kids want to go see Kiss in the concert, and they go through, and they got one guy that his mom's such a preachy, overbearing mother, and she's shows up at the school, and the first principal's on the intercom and says, "Can Mr. Such Such come to the office?" And she's all of a sudden grabs the microphone out of his hand, and you hear, "Jeremiah, please get down here. What do you think you're doing? You're going to see the 9 gates of hell and all this." And the kids are laughing at him. So he goes down and walks in the principal's office. His mom's just standing there with the concert tickets to go see Kiss, and just gives him a lecture. It's like, first you want to hear their music, now you want to see the devil in the flesh,
Uh,
with tickets. And she burns them right there to light her cigarette off of. Yes, this is back in the days when parents could smoke in the school.
Oh yeah. I mean, they could smoke everywhere back then.
smoking in the boys' room.
Oh yeah, mainly Teacher's Lounge. That's a good song. That is a real good song. The music video is funnier. But no, it's just later on when he ends up supposed to be, his mom puts him in boarding school because of this. And his friends show up to get him out, and they're like, "How are we going to get him out?" It's like, "Well, it looks like Father ordered a pizza. Let's put on some special mushrooms."
Hey, that's a good idea.
And he starts flipping out and everything. And he's like, "Hey, Father, you don't mind if we take our friend to the satanic concert, do you?" And he's like, "Satan, wait, Santa." He's like, "Oh my God, those guys are the same fucking guys." He's just tweeting out stuff. Anyway, after that, they pick him up. They decide to go to the concert because their friend won tickets after his mom burned them. And they show up, and they're like, yeah, are one of you guys Trip?" And he's like, "Yeah." And the thing is, he answers all the questions right on a radio show, but then before giving his information, he hangs up. So they're stuck trying to figure out how to get a hold of concert tickets. And his mom's out there actually, and this is a real thing. They had the Mothers Against the Music of Kiss back in the 70s.
Oh yeah, I
that's
think
the
I heard
big
something
group.
like that.
He shows up and he says, "Mom, can I have my drumsticks?" And he's like, "This is my son. This is my son who walked out on God and everything." He's like, then he puts into a speech saying, "You know what? Yeah, I'm going to be at a boarding school until I'm a legal adult." Yes. And he's like, "Then all you have to do is go to church and pray some stupid little statue and bitch about how screwed up other people's lives are. Because if you ever realized how shitty and crappy your childhood would have been, you will realize now how much of a goddamn no good fucking parent you would have been."
Oh yeah.
He
All right.
just,
Well, anyways, guys, I mean, I know I hate cutting you off, but we're towards the end, and I think today was pretty fun. Some of the
Yeah.
subjects. I mean, thanks Boombox for sending me some of those links, especially the Let's Go Brandon Bitcoin thing. That was funny.
Yep. Oh yeah. it
that was
definitely
wonderful.
that was
Absolutely
golden.
wonderful. I loved it. So,
but
anyways,
you know what? I wonder
Yeah?
if he's going with Brandon Brown, if he's going to try to appeal it.
I think he is because you
I-
know what? He's
think
part of
he
the reason
should.
why it started, and he's actually supporting this.
Well,
I think it's funny.
Well, like I said, if it gets you headlines, there's no such thing as bad publicity, and that's the thing, that a lot of these companies and everything don't realize. I mean, there used to be controversies about all sorts of stuff back in the past, and it's like it worked to their advantage.
It did, but now look what's going on now. But anyways, so any last final comments before we end today's show and get ready for the next upcoming week?
Well,
not
I
really.
honestly don't know. I mean, this was actually my favorite show so far that I've been part of.
Oh yeah, and let me know how the artwork series comes along.
Oh, and by the way, Tango, if you want to accept my friend request on Facebook and maybe do some collaboration together for artwork, feel free to do so.
No problem.
Yeah.
I'll
Just
think
say,
about it.
just say yes. Come on, he's a good friend.
Hey, look, if he doesn't answer, that's fine. I mean, hey, I'm
he
not
knows I'm
pushing
kidding.
it.
He knows I'm kidding.
What?
You know I'm kidding. I wouldn't force you to do anything. Come on.
Yeah, same.
No, I
Same.
know. It's the fact that I have a lot going on right now, and so
Hey, and I understand. And if you have
no,
to pick-
I'm a tad bit in a tight situation. Not life. I have an oversized load of I think a storage container. Hold
Hey,
on,
I
what the hell was
understand.
this? No, this was a
You always
Oh,
have
yeah.
too much stuff.
Oh,
No,
and
that's not
I
what
might-
I was looking for.
if y'all are gonna stick around a little while longer after we're done with the stream, I would post the link to a video that I posted on YouTube recently, but we'll talk about that after the stream.
Yeah, you know
Yeah.
what? I'll put that in the comments after the
Oh
show.
boy.
Yeah.
All right.
But-
All right. Well, anyways, so
Oh, I just
I'm
got
glad-
one last thing to say.
yeah.
With all the stuff that we've talked about and everything, that just makes me wonder: are we going to start seeing furry lingerie?
Yeah.
No, don't give him that idea. No, 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 no.
I swear, do not. No.
No,
I
no.
mean, hey, you see, I'm more into the good aspects of the fur fandom. That's what I crave, the good aspects.
The
good
Odin-
Would you
aspects. What
consider
good
that a good
aspects?
aspect then? Come on.
No. I'm saying if that's a bad aspect, then no.
Furry lingerie. Boombox, what the hell were you thinking?
No.
I'm sorry, it just popped in there.
Now that I remember what you showed us
Popped it.
earlier,
Oh, okay.
and
Just
I think-
please stop.
delete this.
and two more things before we go. Let's go, Brandon.
Hey.
Yay.
That's 3 things.
Actually,
No,
that's actually-
that's no, because I still have to do my ending. Come on,
Yeah.
I want to get to the end.
All right, let's roll the.
Okay, let's roll the bottom. Here we go. Don't forget to subscribe and like for more episodes. You can find me on Twitter and Telegram at Mighty Red Wolf. We've got more episodes coming at you for this year, 2022. This year's gonna be nuts. We will see you guys next week. Bye bye.
Farewell, friends.